Hi everyone, it's Nathaniel and welcome to my channel. In this series, I'm going to be reviewing the TRND Bot trading signal subscription service and determining how well it works over the month of October. Stay tuned. Before we begin, I'd like to clarify that I am in no way affiliated with or sponsored by TRND Bot, or TradingView. I have permission to use examples of TRND Bot working in real time, and no information in this video is intended to be financial advice. The only purpose is to share my own opinions on TRND and TRND Bot. I've been day trading full-time for about 10 months now, and since I am quite comfortable with stocks, studies, indicators, and algorithmic trading, I've been looking for products and services to try out and review. I saw an ad for TRND on Facebook in, I think, September, and I thought it looked like it could be good for those who want to get into day trading, but it also looked like it could be too good to be true. I couldn't find any reviews or information online, especially about its win rate, so naturally I had to try it for myself. So before I get into how I'm going to test and review TRND, here's a quick breakdown of the product. TRND offers two subscriptions, the TRND Bot and the TRND Oscillator. The TRND Bot is a momentum-based algorithm that provides real-time buy and sell signals on a TradingView chart. It costs $48 a month, and according to TRND's reviews, people usually make back the subscription cost in a few days of using it. The second subscription is the TRND Oscillator, which is meant to be paired with the TRND Bot. The TRND Oscillator is essentially a histogram that shows the tick-by-tick momentum and volatility and whether they're increasing or decreasing. And it's meant to give you visual insight into the signals that TRND Bot gives to help you filter out false signals. It costs an additional $19 a month. So what does TRND Bot actually look like, and what does it tell you? On the TradingView chart, TRND Bot will give you buy and sell signals, and it generates an entry price, stop loss, and profit targets based on these signals. It also draws support lines, resistance lines, and trend lines as it identifies them, and it shows an exponential moving average and volatility cloud. In my study and review, I'm going to mainly focus on the buy and sell signals, as well as the stop losses and profit targets to determine whether TRND Bot is actually effective or not. The signals and studies that the bot provides will be linked down below in the description if you want to check them out yourself. Regarding the TRND Oscillator, I opted not to get it, both to save money and to conduct an objective test. I wanted to see how blindly following the bot would go based on its buy and sell signals and some basic strategies I came up with that didn't involve the subjectivity of determining when to enter or exit based on the TRND Oscillator. I should note, though, that TRND recommends not blindly following the bot and suggests using technical analysis, whether it be the TRND Oscillator or not, for best results. The idea behind TRND and their services is that they are essentially trying to make day trading and swing trading as accessible to the average person as possible. An average person who may otherwise not have the time, knowledge, background, etc. to navigate the chaotic and overwhelming world of backtesting, indicators, studies, identifying setups, and just knowing how the stock market works in general. They're essentially trying to give you all the tools you need in one product to consistently and effectively trade. They're trying to take the complication out of trading and simplify your charts. They are definitely targeting people who want to get into day trading, but there definitely could be applications for more advanced traders. I don't think this is just a beginner product. Of course, you should still know the meaning and significance of support, resistance, volatility, moving averages, and trends if you are a beginner. Just because TRND Bot has it all together and makes it simple for you doesn't mean that you should be trading without knowledge of what these things are and their significance in the stock market or the stock you're trading. If you choose to join, you should know that every purchase is overseen by an actual person, so it may take a few minutes for you to receive a confirmation email with a setup guide and instruction video. If you want to check out the setup guide before you join, there is a link to it in the description below for you to check out. I have to say, Discord is run very well. The moderators and admins are very accessible, and so far, other members seem very nice and open to collaboration. I've talked to them about their strategies and stuff like that. All right, on to the good stuff. Now that you have a background of trend, you know how signing up works and what signals it gives, let's talk about what you're actually here for, whether it works or not, and how I'm going to test that. My test is going to involve fixed settings and a fixed strategy that I'm going to use over the 4 weeks in October. So that way the only thing that changes is the stock price and the trends of the stock. The first step in my study was deciding on which settings I would use. So without any prior knowledge of trend or how to use it besides the information they provided me when I signed up, these are the following settings I decided to go with. I chose the 5-minute chart time frame because I personally day trade on the 1-minute and 5-minute time frames, and so this shorter time frame is what I'm most comfortable with. I figured a shorter time frame would give me more signals per day, which means more data to analyze, and because the distance between the entry and the stop loss and the entry and the profit targets is shorter, it also gives me more concrete data as to how often it stops out versus how often it hits its profit target, thus culminating in a more accurate idea of how effective trend is. To pair with this, I decided on a 1.4 sensitivity. This was on the lower end of the sensitivity range that trend recommended to be used with the 5-minute chart. And I figured I would use less sensitive as opposed to more sensitive because I want to filter out potentially fake signals. Lastly, I decided to use Heikin-Ashi Candles instead of standard candles. And Heikin-Ashi Candles are essentially trend smoothing candles. So they make the stock look like it's trending one direction or another a little bit more than normal candles do, which I figured would help trend also avoid potentially fake signals that, some random normal candle might give. The second step in my study is deciding what profit-taking and loss-taking strategy I'm going to implement when testing trend. My goal with the following strategy was to exclusively trade trend, signals, stop losses, and profit targets, leaving no decision for when to enter or exit up to me, eliminating all subjectivity. The only part of the strategy I came up with was when to exit for loss or profit, which is also based off of trend signals, stop losses, and profit targets. I buy to open on a buy signal and I sell to open on a sell signal. I open my first position no earlier than 9:35 a.m. and I open my last position no later than 3:30 p.m. But trend does work on the pre-market and aftermarket candles. At 9:35, if the signal hasn't changed from the pre-market signal, I enter using the pre-market signal. If I receive a new signal at 3:30 p.m. or later, I won't open a new position, but if I'm in a position already, I will just close it at the end of the day. If given an opposite signal while in a trade before the stop loss or profit target occurs, I will close my current position and open a new position in the new signal direction. For example, if I'm long after a buy signal and I now receive a sell signal, I will close my long position and open a new short position. I will adjust the number of shares I enter every time so that my maximum loss is $250 at the stop loss that trend identifies. I will also be recording and comparing two different yet simple profit-taking strategies. Strategy 1 is the profit target 1 strategy, where I close 100% of my position at the profit target 1 that trend identifies. My second strategy is the 50-50 strategy, where I close 50% of my position at the profit target 1 and then aim to close the other 50% at the profit target 2. If the stock fails to hit the profit target 2, I will then close it at profit target 1. Though trend identifies a third profit target as well, I decided to not use it in this study because I wasn't confident that stocks would hit it frequently enough for me to have statistically significant data, and I believe that a good day trading strategy only needs 2 times the profit to risk ratio in order to succeed. Now, here's how I'm going to record the information or import it back to you. Over the month of October, I'm going to record every single signal, entry, stop loss, and profit target that trend gives me on both Tesla and the S&P 500. I chose the S&P 500 because it is a slow, non-volatile stock, and I chose Tesla because it's a fast, volatile stock, and they're both pretty uncorrelated, so I think it'll give me a better data sample. I also day trade both, so I'm pretty comfortable with their movements, and I'm hoping this can provide me some insight into how trend interacts with them. After analyzing the data, I will then upload a video for each week that I used trend, how it did, the P&L for each strategy, its win rate, and anything else that I notice or discover. It's my hope that you find this series informative and helpful in deciding whether or not trend is right for you. If you want to follow along, hit the subscribe button down below, and if you liked the video, please hit the like button too while you're at it. Thanks for watching.